The FBI warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones as tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
We've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently from the FBI to law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to perhaps launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones on the West Coast. The alert that we reviewed said an uncorroborated report suggested that unidentified Mexican cartel leaders had authorized attacks using drones carrying explosives, so they know that capability exists. And this separate alert that we've reviewed, Kira, says that Iran has those same kinds of aspirations. So the U.S. has broadly known for some time that drones could be deployed against the homeland. We know that Iran has been using drones significantly in this 12-day-old war with the United States. That's what killed the first 6 U.S. service members in this war. But now the FBI is specifically warning police agencies in California along the Pacific coastline that Iran is aspiring to use them to attack in the West.
So why California? Why the West?
Good question. And that's not exactly clear, but perhaps there's thought that Iran has these things pre-positioned on ships that are still in international waters or that could float through international waters. We know that we've previously reported, Kira, on Iran's desire to perhaps activate sleeper cells in the United States, although that's certainly far from confirmed or far from anything operational as far as law enforcement knows. It's not clear why the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast, but that's what the alert from the FBI says.
All right, Aaron Katersky, we'll stay on top of it. Thank you so much.
Shalom, shalom, Yasser Allah. It's your brother, Bahayar Awar, coming to you from Tulsa, Oklahoma, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Ra Kadash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue is the correct name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living in this truth, and shalom to you brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Woo, Yahshua, there's so much going on right now. Now, as we just seen from that clip, they're talking about that Iran is talking about hitting California. And my spiritual 2 cents, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I think this is a false flag event. I believe that Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to attack itself and blame another country so they can get more money for the war and get more public support. Because the Trump administration is not doing very good right now as far as public relations go. People are getting fed up with Trump. So he has to do something to put people in fear and to make them run to him for support so that he can get more, more backing for this war that the USA is currently in. And it all makes sense because Donald Trump doesn't like California. It's a blue state and it has a lot of Ishmaelites in it, which are so-called Mexicans, which are Israelites that he wants to deport and get rid of. See, right now, Esau Edom, when I say Esau Edom, a so-called white man, they're trying to make America more white. And to do that, you have to get out the yellow and brown people, which represent the Israelites, as far as Mexicans, Native Americans, African Americans go. Because, you got other heathens here like Hamites, which is Africans, and Somalians. But Esau is primarily trying to get rid of the Israelites. That's why he's attacking Mexicans so aggressively. And they are very, very thick in California. It's a lot of Jakes in California, blacks, Judah is there, Issachar, Ephraim. So I believe through the Spirit this is a false flag event. So this is going to be like a watch molesters, a false flag event. Get ready, they're going to hit this place. Because everything I'm hearing, the intelligence I'm gathering is that Babylon the Great America is losing that war over there, you know, in our homeland, Israel. Iran is whooping them. So I believe through the Spirit this is a prep, man. And it's very bad. So I say that too to show you this. When Trump said this little dumb move, U.S. City should be military training grounds, Trump tells generals. That was stupid. That was a very dumb thing for this devil to say way back in September. So they already done flexed it already, that he wants to make U.S. cities military training ground. He wants to put the military here. He wants to use the U.S. military on USA soil. Now, if he can plant an attack from another country, then he can do that. And once they go in, they're going to jack Jake up, man. We're in Jacob's trouble. So I'm going to get this scripture real quick. And then I got another clip to show you. I'm laying, this is a very sloppy job by Esau. Very sloppy psyop. So this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. And who represents Satan? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. He's the physical representation of Satan on earth. And this is one of their devices, which device also goes to a plot, a scheme, a plan. This is what they do in their councils. And then also, if there's an active war on USA soil, I don't think you can have an election. I don't think they'll do an election. Because they'll probably call a national emergency, martial law, and there won't be any midterms. So it's so many things that the elite Edomites get done with this one move. And then let me go to my whistleblower. Because I think he got another clip to like, man, this stuff is just like, I'm looking at E like, bro. And then look too. Yasharallah. Back to my history. People see this as a false flag event. Like right here. I'm going to put it in the comment section. I ain't going to play it. But if you look at this right here, these little clips, and then even females in my family, everybody knows it's a false flag event. That's what makes this different right here. Like they didn't know that during 9/11 and all the other moves that the Edomites did, the Spark War. But this one is so bad and so blatant that even people in the world can see this as a false flag event. So I'm looking at E like, bro, you should have came with a better plan than that. Y'all got billions of dollars. Y'all got think tanks. You mean to tell me it's the best you came up with? But that's scriptures though. Esau's wisdom is gone. But I want to get to my whistleblower, Dabu, because they got a story now talking about some drones done came up missing at the military base, and I'm just like, bro, like you just gotta look at Esau upside his head, like, bro, you cooked, man. And then look, there's a T attack in Michigan on the Small Hatters Church. So check that out, Yasharallah. So it's a whole lot going on right now. Right here, though, I'm about to play this. Because I'm like, man, come on, man. You got to be... I'm just looking at E, man. I'm loving it, too, because the Lord is making Esau look real stupid. I mean, real stupid. I'm looking at these devils like, bro, y'all might as well bring that sword. Because the finesse game, all the lying, the Lord done pulled that all the way out to where you can't even do that no more. You're not even a good liar anymore. A lot of Edomites don't even believe Edomites anymore. They think this place is about to be up, man. Civil war about to get started. And this could kick it off. And I remember telling the Akim that. I told the Akim, I said, you know what? Donald Trump seems like the type of person that would use a strike on USA soil, just like that movie Civil War. I remember telling them that, and it looked like it might be a reality. So check this out, Yasharallah.
All right, guys, we got several things going down here. One big thing is they're reporting that the U.S. Army has had multiple drones stolen off of a base in Kentucky. Now, the U.S. military is saying that 2 individuals stole 4 drones and that they're putting up a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of these 2 individuals. Now, you can see them in these images. You can see the car in the background. They say they made their escape in 2 different getaway cars, a light-colored 4-door sedan and a dark-colored 4-door pickup truck. The drones were taken between November 21st in November 24th of last year. So they're just now deciding to come out and say anything about this. To me, timing is everything. They've sat on this the entire time, not too concerned, but now all of a sudden they want the public to know that 4 drones are missing. 4 drones that are unmanned, that are capable of dropping weapons, grenades, explosives. They demonstrated this here recently at an event. Now, that's one situation where these drones are missing and they can be weaponized and used at any time for any kind of staged event. Then we have word of the Doomsday plane off the West Coast being very active, making rounds, and this comes on the heels of a threat being thrown out from Iran that they're going to hit the West Coast of the United States. Some can try to blow this off, but the FBI actually went to all the police stations in California and were telling them, get ready for a drone attack, because if it happens, it's going to be chaos. And you guys are going to have to deal with this on the ground, front and center. For people that want to just write things off and say it's not possible, they've got crappy internet connection. How are they going to get drones all the way across half the world in the ocean? Well, they wouldn't. They would pull up in a boat and they would launch them, and this is a set up. A setup. You know, where things don't go down like they should, and it's only possible because someone let it happen. You know, with radar capabilities and tracking and all that stuff, like, no one's going to be able to launch something halfway around the world and it traverse the ocean without being seen and hit us. That's not how they would do it. They would launch it from either off the coast or from right here within the country. Just start blowing stuff up. They've got millions of people here. Trump just came out in the video and was like, yeah, because of Biden, all the enemies are here. They're here. And he said that we tracked all of them. We know where they're all at. Oh, really? I don't buy that lie for 1 second. Then he says, we think. We think. They think they know where they're all at. You're not arresting any of them? You're not sending strike teams to go get them today? Makes no sense. Smells like a setup. It's what it is. Anything that happens here, from here on out, folks, someone let it all go down. And don't forget, DHS funding cut down and all that. We're sitting ducks at this point. And someone let it be that way.
So you just said for the whistleblower, even he said, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. So nobody's believing this stuff. Hold on, let me get my background music back going, Yashrala. Man, stuff getting thick. It's like they just shut my TV off.
You know the Walmart app has over 500 million items? He knew.
Yeah, it look like the devil just shut my TV off, Yashrala. So it's getting real thick out here. So, and you tell the whistleblower, he don't believe it either. Nobody believes this story, man. And then you mean to tell me some people gonna steal some stuff from a military base? Yeah, right, Esau. Come on, man. At this time, when you at war in another country, some mysterious people come and steal some drones off a military base. I'm like, come on, E, man. Did y'all have a 2-year-old write this up for y'all? I really think my children can come up with better stuff than this. I really do. That's something like, I think E is just tired. I think they don't care. They look at the American people as stupid, and they like, hey, we just put this out, do it anyway. I mean, what they gonna do about it? You know, so prophecy is gonna play out. But here's the thing. See, back in the day, they had good cover. You know, 9/11, people really believed that they got hit by some Middle Easterns, some Arabs. Now everybody's like, nah, America doing that. And I'm like, bro, they gonna continue and carry on with it when you don't have no cover? This is gonna lead to civil war. So let's get the scriptures, man, because this the move they doing right here, Yashrala. And like, man, I'm just looking at Esau like, bring the sword, bro, because you so exposed. And this is Psalm 64:5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And the snare is a trap. So this is a trap by Esau Edom, so-called white man, the elites. They're setting a trap for the public to scare them. You know, especially these Edomites, these Karens. If there is a strike on USA soil with a drone or a missile, these people will panic. But I'm looking at our people, And certain other people, and they know who's doing it. They like, nah, USA gonna do that. The other country didn't do that. So only half the public gonna go with you, and probably the other half is not. That's not a good plan. And why this? Let's go to Psalms 64:6. They search out iniquities; they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So what is that saying right there? And so they search out iniquities; they accomplish a diligent search. That's talking about Esau, Edom. Now he used to do that. But I notice now they're using AI to do it because they can't do a good search anymore, like an investigation. And it said both the inward thought of every one of them and their heart is deep. Which means Esau, he used to think deeply. But now I think, man, the Lord done took that wisdom where they're surface level now. Because this stuff is not a good false flag. But it is set up though. They talk about the sleeper cells here. Like everything is set up and to do a T attack on their own soil and really attack the American public. Because that's what they about to do. And the public is going to think it's a foreign country attacking them, but really it's like Secret Service agents for USA, for Babylon Great America. It's going to be them. And what they're going to do, I think they're going to pick out certain Israelites to get. They probably going to come after us, the prophets. Which I'm like, I welcome that, man, because the Lord gonna meet you head up. So try it if you want to, devil. And then see, they're so stupid. Let's go to Psalm 64:8, and it says, "So that shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away." That's happening. Donald Trump, when I showed you in that clip talking about U.S. cities to be military training grounds, and then look up what's going on now. That's his tongue following himself. He shouldn't even said that. That was dumb. Like, if I was one of his aides that got, like, clean up his speeches and stuff, I want to slap that dude. Like, why did you say that? Because now that gives us evidence to go back to see what's going on. You didn't have to say that. You want to make U.S. cities military training grounds. Matter of fact, yeah, what would he say? Let's get it. U.S. cities should be military training grounds. So he wants the military fighting the public, which is going to be 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Sedition among men. He already got his own strike force, ICE agents. Then he went and got some hothead redneck to run it after he fired old girl. And that dude's from Oklahoma. That dude is a fiery redneck straight devil, y'all. Charlotte. That Mueller dude, straight devil. So I look at ICE to start really unaliving people. Like the scriptures is really, really coming alive right now. So this thing is about to turn up. It's not going to turn down, it's turning up. And there's going to be a strike somewhere. The devil already said California. He already picked his target and told you. I said he shouldn't even said that. Like, why are y'all saying that? Y'all should have just did the move and then say, oh, they did it. So this is sloppier than when they did 9/11. Way sloppier. And they made me go get, I'm going to go get Jeremiah for the 49th chapter, because Esau has completely lost his wisdom, man. Which makes it easy for us to see this devil. Right here, if you go to Jeremiah 49:7, it says, "Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?" I like how the Lord said that. So let's break it down. Edom goes in the so-called white man. Teman was the grandson to Edom, a warrior. Military is not, when you look at the infantry of the military, they're not strong. Not at all. And it said, "Is counsel perished from the prudent?" Yes, it is. It's gone, man. This dude is up here telegraphing his moves to the public. Trying to blame it on another country, but the public is not buying that. Like, nah, man. Then you're going to tell me some drones came up missing from a military base? You mean to tell me 2 dudes with a mask went to a military base and took some drones? Come on, man. You know, what this devil, he out of gas. Out of gas, man. I'm at the point, I'm like, Esau should just tell everybody, like, hey, man, we the devil, and we about to attack y'all. He might as well, because you've been stripped all the way butt naked, man. The Lord ain't leave no socks on this devil. That's how naked they are right now. And I think they know it, and I think they just don't care. They like, man, hey, tell them anything. We're going to do it anyway. What are they going to say? And he's trying to, see, this is what the Trump administration is doing. They think we're all as dumb as their base. And we're not. Jake, in his essence, is the most smartest race on the face of the planet, man. Israelites are. And then his race, Edomites, they're the dumbest. We just read that precept. Well, Lord said wisdom is no more in teaming. So they're the dumbest people on the face of the planet. And I think that's what the Trump administration is banking on. They'll just scare all the Karens, scare all the so-called white people, and then probably crash the dollar. If that Hormuz Strait stays closed, the dollar about to crash. Gas is going up as we speak. Gas is like $3.29 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just gassed up yesterday. And then I think a couple days before that, or a week before that, it was just like $2.70 or $2.80. So gas just shot up like 40, 50 cents. And it's going to go up more as that strait stays closed. So you got multiple catastrophes going on at one time. And that's only to bring in biblical prophecy. You got World War III done started. The Hormuz Strait is closed. So there's going to be, like my Ak Dewar said, a famine of food, supplies. The supply chain has been disrupted, Yasharallah. So this is the time to really get your stuff in order. And then these devils up here telling you where they gonna hit stuff at. They're basically saying in so many words, yeah, we're gonna strike California. Because I know this red belly Edomites, them conservative, hardcore Trump supporters, they don't like California. I noticed that. And Trump like, yeah, we're gonna hit California. And I'm like, man, this place is through. It's straight up through. And we got to praise the Lord for that, man. The thing with this place being through, it means the Esau, so-called white man, is through. The thing is, we're here. So we got to pray for the Lord to protect us, because we got to go through this stuff while we're in the midst of it. We're in the midst of all of this. But see, that's how the Lord going to flex his power. He going to keep the hopeful leg safe as disaster is happening all around us. Because they're going to get more ICE agents. Because they're getting rid of all the jobs. Only job going to be left is to sign up to be an ICE agent. And then people going to be angry, especially Edomites. They're going to sign up for ICE and want to unalive some people. And then I think this dude going to get the military involved in American affairs. He going to get military troops. Instead of he talking about boots on the ground in Iran, nah, he want to go boots on the ground in Babylon the Great. America is what the Trump administration want to do. Because he wants to be a dictator so bad. And he wants to just run stuff. And what he's going to do, he's going to run it into the ground to where it's done with. It's really already cooked now. It's really already cooked. I believe we're at the what they call it, the POR, the point of no return. I think we're at that point. I think ain't no going back, man. And then with the World War III done kicked off, you can see them ICBMs is getting prepped to strike. Because this devil, the petrodollar is the reserve currency of the world, the dollar. So the dollar crash is going to crash everybody's economy. China, everybody. Russia, everybody. Economy is going to crash. And it's going to piss them other countries off. And that's why they're going to be striking missiles over here. Plus, they looking at what they doing to Iran. Iran was not bothering nobody. They up there trying to build their own country up. And then here come the small hatters, forcing Babylon the Great America, throw some missiles over there. They done blew up schools with little girls in it. Man, them people ain't about to turn down. So the whole world is outraged at Babylon the Great America. And I like when that precept we read where it said, all that see them shall flee away. You got the Edomite South Africans, they said they going back to their country. You know, they not staying here. They out of here. They said, nah, this is too much heat over here for me. I go deal with some Hamites, some Africans. Y'all got a whole lot going on over here. And Lord, we'll probably do a lesson on that, but I just want to stick on this part about this false flag event. It's all set up with the sleeper cells. Man, Esau could pay anybody to go do something. He can go pay a dummy to go shoot up, whatever it is. And then, all you got to do is find a Middle Eastern looking person. Or like Elder Malcolm will say, I ain't going to say Middle Eastern, I'm going to say Arab descent, Ishmael or Elam. Get him a bag to go shoot something up, and then just say, oh, he was from Iran. He was an Iranian. See? They attacking us. That's too easy, man. And it's so easy the people see. The people see it, Yasharala. But I said, I'm gonna put that one video in the comment section. You can see how everybody is looking at this, man. Especially Jake. Right here. Jake like, man, get the hell out of here, man. That's you. That is all you, Esau. And so with that being said, you know, I'm just looking out for the nation, letting them know, like, man, something about to get messed up. They already done hit somewhere in Michigan. That synagogue. I think a college got hit. What was that, Dominion? I'll probably do a little part 2 on this. There's a lot of stuff that happened. And then yesterday, I did a lesson, and they wouldn't even let me upload it, Yasharala. I'm gonna do it again, Lord willing, tonight or maybe Friday. Because, I mean, they would not let me upload their lessons. I was talking about something with the police force here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it was weird. It would not let me upload it all the way. So I'm going to do that over. That's why I didn't post nothing yesterday, because Esau kind of blocked me out. So that family word is really kicking in. But nonetheless, though, hey, man, stay prayed up, Yasharala, because we about out of here, man. We're literally looking at the end. These devils is cooked. Esau Edom is cooked. And so with that being said, you know, I hope this is edifying. I hope it's informative. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah. Hey, and stay locked in, because your Yahushua is quickly on the way. Shalom.